Oh, the Haslab Unicron has always been known for his size and mouth. There he is. He can barely fit into the camera frame. I also have him on top of the box he came in. Here's Devil Savior Devastator next to him. He only has one leg, so it's a bit hard to do. As you can see, he's about twice the size, twice the height. And of course, Kingdom Cyclonus and Studio Series Scourge. As you know, Cyclonus and Scourge are his heralds. And of course, he has his mouth that moves, mandibles that can move in and out. He wobbles. The rings don't really articulate besides these little things. But that's pretty much all for the planet mode. And let me go ahead and give you guys a lovely turnaround. Keeps on getting caught on the background there, sorry. Anyways, Haslab Unicron planet mode. And now let's go ahead and get started with the transformation to robot mode. So first thing you want to do is you go up to here. That splits it. Like that. So you have that. I always want to try and take this one here, flip it out since it's easier. Go down here and there's another. This one is always a bit more difficult. There we go, we got it. And again, you can just rotate that. Pull these sides out. Okay. And then pull them out like that. Pull this one out. Pull it out from here. And put it off to the side. And now we have just the ball itself. And the first thing I always try and do is at least get the bottom hemispheres done first. So what I usually like to do is pull from here, from the front, and then pull from the back, over here. Because there's a tab here and a tab here that keep it in place, and then you just sort of start popping panels out all the way across. They sort of interlock like teeth. And you can just take the whole entire thing out and then start breaking it piece by piece by piece by piece. Like that. And you can kind of see how it'll work because every single one of these panels has a slight curving system to it. Something like that. So that one is done. Alright, and then the next one is you want to work on the top here. And this one is the same sort of thing, just pull it out. Pull it from there. And then it just sort of flops off. This one has the same thing with the bottom. You want to, I don't want to say break, but you have to pop the channels out of their alignment. Pop them again, all the way across. Forgot that one goes on the other side. So there's that. Close the mouth. And now we can get started on the arms and legs. So what you want to do is that these are tabbed into here. Push these from behind until it pops out like that. Pull the tab up, pull it here, flip it around, and just lay it like that. Next one, same thing as top. Tabs are pushed in, push them out like that. And these will separate all the way like that. What we're going to do is pull that out and pull this out. It's just two little tabs that they sort of slide across each other. We just go ahead and go to the front now. And now he looks like some sort of weird deformed Wheatley thing. So what we want to do here is just break the connection there. And just move those forward. And before you tab them in, I have one thing to say. Get the other side. There we go. And here's the one thing that a lot of people were complaining about was, you know, the instructions say to put the tab like that, and you're going to break it, but you push it in and it folds up to a certain point and it sits there. So what you want to do is just stretch it a little bit, put it there. Lock it in on there. Take these two, tab here, tab at the bottom there, make sure that stays there. These two tabs go in these two slots. These two tabs go in these two slots. And we're in the home stretch. Oh, I almost forgot about one thing. What you want to do about these spikes. Right here there's a little tab. Pop that off. Then rotate it like this so the horns are down. This one you can pull off of this, pull out of there. And this one you just want to dangle down. And there we go. And then this, you want to pull these little things out. And there is a tab. You can see right here that goes right over his crotch. What you gotta do is just go ahead and pull it out like that. Leave it there for now. The arms and the legs. So the one thing you want to do is break the connection between his two arms, like that. And put these out. I'm gonna put them out a little bit. So there you go. And you also want to move these around. Best thing to do is twist the arm, move the elbow, and then you can slide them down easier instead of having to work it around. There we go. You gotta pop the legs out like that. And you want to move the arms out of the way and bend at the knee first just to get things all situated. Lift this up a little bit so you can put it like that. And of course, fold his toes out and his inner toe, his little heel spur. And just rotate the leg all the way to the front. Alright, and then the arms. Thing is, it's on two hinges. There are two little flaps on the hinge. What I'm doing is get to these into there, and then these into there. And there's a little like handle that'll latch onto all this, so you can use the, you know, good old shoulder joint. So all you gotta do is just go in here while holding this open and just get it all in there. Make sure it's like that. And then you rotate the arms around. Like that. Now, all this stuff in the front. What they tell you to do is take this. Oh, no, as I was saying, you did a step before we were ready. And that one step is, maybe just turn it to the side. It rotates around this joint, but this part comes up. It's supposed to be, you know, tabbed in, but either way, make sure you have the spikes like this, and the horn like that. And all you're going to do is just going to go folding this in, and this will just sort of open up. So like that. And then put it to the back here and rotate it all in. And this will sort of go up. Oh, not to mention, you want to put his back flap things down. Oh, oops. So, keep his back flaps down. And this will have to go sliding in like that, and then it'll go into two holes that are right here. Not sure if it's able to be seen on the camera, but there's two holes right there. And this whole thing will fold in like this. And there's actually a little slot. It probably look like a slot right there, where all his back cable will sort of go into. And then you just go to here, move the latch. It's two tabs that will go right into the back there. Same thing on the other side. It'll just make sure everything's all nice and neat. You want to push that so it breaks up like that. And then there's two tabs here. We'll go in there. Put that down. There is a slight indentation right here. You can kind of see it. And that basically is just to make sure you push the horns in and they'll slide right into there. On both sides. I like to keep the spikes like that. I'm just go ahead and move these out of the way. All his back cable is nice and tidy, and it does lock in really nice. But let's go ahead and deal with his cellulitis, or his fat thighs, calves, whatever. Move these down. Take this, rotate it inward, and there is actually two giant pegs, or two giant holes that will go into two giant pegs. What you want to do is go like this, rotate it around, slide that until it will go in. Then you have it like that. Take this, slide it up, and you're all set for that one. Oh, and then little tiny flap that's on the end just tucks into the side. This you want to fold these little linkages up This becomes the tab that goes into this hole. Keep this folder in because it looks a lot better. And then this just plugs into there like that. Take this and sort of move his leg out. Rotate this around. Untab this. Let me go ahead and move it so you all can see. There is actually a tab right here. That there's a slot on this side. Push it in. And then this will tab right onto that, and that'll lock everything all in place. Some things are loose, but other than that, he is really stable, and his junk won't move everywhere. And now he's done for all his kibble stuff. All you gotta do for his head is just turn the horns up, and his head does fit in there for planet mode. Yeah, his head does fit in for planet mode. And then you just want to take his hands and straighten out his arm like that. Move these up and straighten out the arm. And of course, you know, his hand does the whole loopy thing, and it'll click. Rotate his hand out, straighten out his fingers a bit, and his thumb is, you know, stored like that. Rotate it so it's on the side, and there you go. And now the only thing he's missing are his wings. So let me just go ahead and transform them back to how they would be in planet mode. So here's how they are in planet mode. Move this giant one up here. Take this. Here's the joint for it. Goes down like that. This is connected right there. Straighten that out. Rotate it up. Straighten that out. Then you have something like this. What you want to do is take the piece that's connected to that, put it like that. Move the piece here, down, this, here, and then this tab goes into this slot. Like that, and now you have one of the wings done. And this, as you can see, it's not flush like that. You want to have this side towards the back. And they go into the shoulders, but as you can see, you know, it is shaped different. And this way, I have to plug it in like this. And you want to grip it all the way around the little key part and rotate like that. And now he is all done, and I present to you the Lord of Chaos, Chaos Bringer, Satan of Transformers, Unicron. And of course, you know, let me go ahead and do the lovely "You cannot destroy my destiny." Here is his head. Yeah, there's, you know, the teeth on here are unpainted. The planet teeth are unpainted. Yeah. Do the lovely, you know, Optimus, give me your face. And he does have the kind of creepy moving eyes that are referenced, or a reference to the one episode where they need to get eyes from Trypticon. His chin is removable. So now he has no chin. And then of course his battle damaged or end of the movie faceplate. That just slides right on. And there you go. Teeth broken, everything like that. Display stand. And you can, of course, you know, put his head onto the lovely display stand. Like this. So you can have a display of him with the Autobot shuttle, whatever other ships that may come with it, and the head, Hot Rod and Galvatron, that are even smaller than the figures from the Studio Series Shockwave. And of course, since the movie, you can put Galvatron into the mouth. Nice. I do want to give a shout out though to Jesse from the TFW forums. Big shout out to Jesse from the TFW forums for giving me and several other people really nice and well made and well painted the Revenge or Galvatron ship and the Autobot shuttle, which again he painted himself, but they're printed very nicely. So about his articulation, he does have a hinge for his head. Look up that far, down that far. Technically he can have side to side, but you know, you gotta pop out one of the clips, or you know, somewhat of one of the clips. But he can open his mouth, close his mouth. It does have the teeth on the spring, so you can't close his mouth all the way sometimes, but if you're just very gentle, you can make it close all the way. You can only look about that far, you know, before a collar. Well, not even the collar, it's more of the actual joint doesn't go too far. 360 for his shoulders, but they are really heavy ratchets and I don't feel like doing that. But he can get full-on armpit view. He can move 360 with his upper arm swivel, 90-degree elbow. Hands do go 360, and they do have a sort of soft locking right there. His fingers, all the 4 fingers are on a pin here. Then you have another hinge here, a hinge here, so you can get full on movement like that. The thumb though has a hinge here, and then a ball joint, and then another hinge here. So it's about the same as your other, or as a real thumb. But he can get a full-on real fist, where his hands are able to hold things. He can hold Cyclonus and be disappointed that he didn't get the Matrix. He doesn't have an ab crunch, but he does have a pretty good waist swivel. That's really loud. You can get almost full frontal, or pretty much almost high kick. His knees, you know, even with all the kibble, it doesn't touch it. He gets almost 90 degree. So you can actually get full splits. And his feet, of course, for transformation, you just move all different ways. That lightly. He has ankle tilt. Nothing outside ankle tilt. You can move like that. Pretty forward. One back. Alright, time for some size comparisons. Here he is next to Devil Savior, Devastator. He is literally just barely above his waist. Here he is with Studio Series Scourge and Kingdom Cyclonus. They're small compared to him. And of course, lovely, you know, how big is he compared to the accessories he comes with. There you go. Alright, so my final thoughts on him after waiting 2 or so years to get him. He's pretty much an amazing figure. If you haven't been able to get him, try finding him for at least retail. But all I gotta say is he's just a really big, pretty G1 looking Unicron, which after watching 86 movies so many times, I've always wanted, but never really was able to ever see them making it, but they ended up making it, and it is honestly still amazing every time I look at it. So thank you everybody for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and as always, fly safe.